What's going on today, guys? Today I have you a video where when Warzone is integrated into Black Ops 6 with the guns on the 14th or 15th of November, you'll have the guns that I think that are going to be best for Warzone leveled up ready. So if I start off with the ARs, well, not ARs, the primary weapons, I'm going to say the XM4 is easy to use. It's the first gun that you unlock, so you don't have to have it really leveled or anything like that. You can just grind this, and this will be a good starter gun for your primaries when Warzone is integrated. The Model L, I really like as well. This doesn't really have that much recoil. I think it's quite easy to use. It's hard hitting. So that's another one that I think when Warzone is integrated, it could be very, very good. The AS Val is personally my favourite. However, at the moment, I haven't figured out whether it's going to be used as an SMG or as an AR, as a primary AR. This would be a very, very good sniper support. However, I've not quite figured out whether this is going to be an AR or whether this is going to be used as an SMG. So if I show you, so as you see, the mag size, the biggest is 45 rounds, which is good, but I would want it to be more hard hitting for 45 rounds. So I might use this more as an SMG than an AR, but this is definitely a contender for an AR. And the other one that I think is the AMAS 85. I pronounce it. I know I've not got this leveled up that much, but looking at this compared to the AK, this doesn't have the recoil the AK does. And I think when you go over to Warzone, recoil does make a bit of a difference. I don't think it's that much difference now. As you can see down the bottom right, I think, yeah, you can see. The firepower is a little bit more for the AK, but the accuracy, mobility, and handling is so much more better for the AMS. So I would go for that as well. So when it comes to ARs, I'm personally when Warzone brings in Black Ops 6 guns, I'm going to use in the Model L to start with. Then probably I need to level up the AMS because I think that will be the second. XM4 third. But I also, like I said, the AS Val is possibly the best gun in the game. However, I'm going to use it more as a sniper support or as an SMG. I think that's the best way around it. Just because of that 45 round mag is the biggest that you can get. And in multiplayer, I seem to be, don't get me wrong, I've only got 30 rounds on it, and I seem to be flying through them 30 rounds. So I think 44 is a bit, not 44, 45, sorry, is that cusp of maybe with 3 plates in Warzone. I think it's not going to have that TTK that we're expecting from multiplayer. However, as an AR, from a SMG point of view or a sniper support, I think it'll have the TTK close range. And that brings nicely onto the SMGs, where for me, the Jackal PDW is the best one. Is the best SMG. Then I quite like the C9 as well. I think the C9 is really nice. And then for PP919. So the reason why I say Jackal is because, well, it's the best gun in the game. SMGs wise. Let me just put it on a second. I can show you Jackal. It's got a 50 round mag, which when it comes to Warzone is going to be useful. The iron sights are actually quite nice, so you don't have to use an optic for this, compared to some where the iron sights just are not that great in my opinion, and just my personal preference. The PP919 I think is going to be the gun to use for the most lower ability players in Warzone. I think this is very user friendly in the extent of you can have an 85 round mag on it. Even if you don't, you can have fast mag and have 50. Or even if you don't want that, you got, I think, 64 round mag. And you can have then a muzzle or, yes, a different stock. Yeah, you can have, you don't need then to have a slot used for the magazine. And I actually find this quite easy to use. It hits hard as well. So yeah, the KSV is another option. However, I prefer the C9 over the KSV. I know some people prefer the KSV over the C9. I prefer the C9 over the KSV. The Tanto hits hard, but when it comes to Warzone, I think the TTK is just too slow. And I don't like the compact. I tried using it, and it's just not a gun for me. It's just not. So for me, the Jackal is my favourite SMG. Then it will be PP919 followed by C9, close second to third. But like I said, the AS Val I will probably use as an SMG, so it might be the AS Val or the Jackal that I will run. The shotguns, I'm not a shotgun person, so I cannot comment on shotguns. I don't like using them, hate them, just not my cup of tea. LMGs, I think they're all bad. I think they're all absolutely awful. Marksman rifles, the same applies. I don't really like any of them. And then the sniper is the LR762 that I think will be the best when it comes to Warzone. It's the SVD is not it. The semi-auto does not work in Warzone. We know that. It's never worked in Warzone, so we'll skip past that. The LW381 is very nice. However, that little bit more damage from the 762 is what makes the difference. When it comes to secondaries, obviously most people will run an SMG or shotgun, your close range, yeah, an overkill. However, if you want a pistol, I like the 9mm PM. However, when it comes to Warzone, ain't gonna be it. It's only good for multiplayer. The Grekova has opportunity to be good. It has an opportunity to be good from a 60 round mag, where you can then use something else basically as a bit of a switch up. So when it comes to Warzone, probably the Grekova or the Strider. The Strider is really good as well. Obviously, launchers, you're not rocking a launcher in Warzone. So when it comes to leveling up guns, ready for Warzone on the 14th or 15th of November, a couple of weeks away, I would at least have one AR, one SMG, and the sniper leveled up to a good enough level. Like, mine aren't maxed. Let me just say that. Level 25 for the Val, 25 for the model, Jackal 25, 17 for PP. Yeah, see what I mean? Mine aren't maxed, but they're leveled up enough that I can use them when it comes to Warzone. They're leveled up enough. So what I would do, XM4 is probably your most basic one, like I said, to level up. So I'd recommend doing that. The Model L as well. I'm going on a bit of a diversion here. So my three would be Model L, AMS XM4 with the Val, but the Val SMG sort of. Jackal, PP919, C9 for the SMGs. Shotguns, can't comment, but if I had to go for one, I'm not going for the pump, I'm going for the ASG 89. I think that's probably your best one when it comes to Warzone, the semi-auto. LMG, I don't like any of these LMGs. I'm also not an LMG person. But if I was to go for one, I'd probably use the XMG because of it being so close to the XM4. It's just one of them ones where you could probably switch from the XM4 to the XMG quite easily without too much brain thinking. The marksman rifles, I think, are awful. The 3-round burst ones don't work. We know that. No 3-round burst gun has worked in Warzone. Even though I'd love them too. I love a 3-round burst gun. I love the FAMAS back in MW2 and things like that. But they just don't work in Warzone. I would skip marksman rifles. And obviously, for the sniper, LR762. Bit of a tangent, but hopefully this gives you an idea of what sort of guns to level up ready for Warzone integration with the Black Ops 6 guns when it comes out in the 14th or 15th of November, something along them lines. Hopefully this gives you an idea and a ballpark on where to start, what guns to start leveling up ready for Warzone. Hope this helps. Thanks.